7 o'clock on the dot. Let's see. I think I had one, two, three yesterday. So let's see how many I have today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man, it's going to be another hot day. Good morning, good morning. Just what, 4 more minutes. Oh, let's see. What's it gonna be? Do I have any more cherries? Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Good morning to two people that just peeping in. Hope your holiday was real good and was safe. No bad news. Oh, they left. Oh, wow. Okay. 7:02. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. I've been live for 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Maybe I should start talking about gossiping and talking about other people's business and talking about other people and I should start talking about other people's business. I should talk about what everybody's talking about in the YouTube streets. I should start doing that. Yeah, I think I start. Well, let's start talking about other people's business and how people going to jail and how that's good for them going to jail and how messy baby daddies are being and some of the baby mamas being messy too because at this point everybody is just being a baby mama and at this point everybody's just a baby mama and a baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. Oh, that's my baby mama. Maybe I should start talking about that. Talk about how people can't sing and need to stay in their lane. And, how everybody getting sued and being sued, suing people and getting sued, and just talk about stuff like that. How messy people is, and oh, you know, just talk about stuff like that. Nothing that can actually help anybody. You know. Cause ain't nobody going through nothing. They just, they just people like to be entertained. They like to hear other things about, they like to hear how other people are going through something. So maybe I'll start talking about how people's just low down and nasty and dirty for uh, trying to be friends with somebody, then taking their man and stuff like that. Oh, and how the pastor finna get married. Jamal Bryant is finna marry another a pastor in the church. And what about Giselle? What's gonna happen to shaded Giselle? And talk about Monique and all of those people. Just find something and somebody to talk about. I think I'll start doing that. Okay, I've been on 4 minutes and 40, 50, 51, 54 seconds. So I got a little bit longer. 5 minutes and nobody ain't come up yet. So Nobody stopped by to say good morning or anything yet. So I'm gonna get my happy ass back in the bed or go downstairs to the gym. But yeah, I'm gonna start talking about other people. I'm gonna start talking about people business because that's what people like. So yeah, yeah. I could say this is kind of it's not embarrassing. It's just like everybody got something to do this morning. Everybody had something to do this morning. And maybe mornings are not a good time. You know, people hung over from yesterday, had a long weekend. Memorial Day was yesterday. It was Memorial Day weekend. Had a lot going on, going to graduations, proms this month, graduations this month, whether it be elementary, whether it be middle school, high school, college, whatever. You know, there's a lot of graduates out there. A lot of seniors are no longer seniors, like they got to start over now. They're going to be freshmen in college, and that's exciting as a student and more exciting as a parent because now you have taught your children, and now they're going out in the world and they're going to do all the things that you have taught them to do, and it's amazing. It's frightening. It's exciting. It's good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning. It's exciting um, for the It's just one of the young men in our church. He graduated. Young man got a scholarship when he was in the. He got a scholarship for speaking. Um, what grade was he in? He was in middle school. He was in seventh grade. He got a scholarship to whatever college that he wanted to go to in the state of Florida when he was in the seventh grade. This young man graduated high school and decided to go to a HBCU. And he's going to my daughter, Elma Marta, going to Bethune Cookman. And one of the armor bearers in church, he went to Bethune Cookman. Now he's a principal at a middle school, and it's just so amazing to see these children grow up. Just see them being little kids running around the church, and you telling them to sit down and shut up and be quiet, you know. And now see this boy, he is graduated with a 4 point, what, a 4.5 average. Worked while he was in school, worked at Publix. That's why it's always good to know people that know people or that's in positions, not only so they can help you, but be a help to you. Worked at Publix ever since he was in ninth grade. Maintain maintain a 4 point, you know, what 4 point what 5 4.5 average. Played football. Nice young man, handsome as well. But yeah, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. And even in my family, we didn't have anybody, well, have anyone to graduate, um, yet. My grand twins graduated from kindergarten to first grade, and from first grade to second grade, and that is so exciting for them. And Jordan, she graduates. Oh, my granddaughter. Oh, I watched this little girl be born. I saw this little girl when she was taken out of her mother's stomach. I watched her when she was gray turn to a beautiful, like, a pecan, like a pecan tan or something. I watched her color come in her body. I watched this little girl. Oh my word. I watched her take her first breath of air. And I have been watching her ever since. And now she's a senior in high school. She's going to be a senior in high school next year. And just, I don't want to think about her leaving to go to college. I don't want to think about that. This is the year that I want to enjoy just watching her blossom, watching her start becoming the person that she's going to be. Um, 17 years old, uh, high school, everything that she always thought by watching, what is it, iCarly and Hannah Montana and all of those kind of things on Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and High School Musical, and that's what she thought high school was going to actually be like. And for her, that's what high school has just been that's what high school has been for her. And she's in the drama, she's in the music of theater. She's been a cheerleader. She's been a queen, a princess. She's been on the majorette team, and she's just enjoying her years being a teenager. And I admire that so much. And she's maintaining her she's a dual roller, I guess. She have well, in eighth grade, she was taking high school subjects to get credit for high school. So ninth grade, she began the second semester dual enrollment because she had the highest GPA in the ninth grade. That's not so now, but she's in the top five. So that's still good. That's still good. So I say, well, there's a lot going on. Parents done paid for these prom dresses and getting kids graduation gowns. Now they're preparing to pack them up and send them off across the country, wherever they're going. And I just pray for the parents and I pray for the kids as well. And I say good morning again to you, Miss Bugs, and the four people that's watching. I do hope y'all come down. You don't have to come down. You can stay in the bushes. It's okay. Just hit the like and share button. And if you want to give me a small donation, maybe not too small, but small donation, Cash App is there. Cash App, $ Aretha Gray, if you want to do that as well. So, but please hit that like and subscribe button because I'll be doing this every morning. It will grow. It will grow. If you come, they'll come as well. If you're talking about something they want to hear, they'll talk as well. So, Miss Linda, I said I was going to stop having morning conversation because don't seem like people is excited want to hear about something to improve themselves and stuff like that. So I said from now on I'm going to start doing my research like everybody else, and I'm going to be surfing the channel like everybody else, and I'm going to get me some connections like everybody else, and I'm going to start talking about I'm going to start gossiping. That's what it said. Gossiping. That's because I was reading about in my morning reading. I was reading about reverse gossip, and in Proverbs 16:24 in the Eastern Standard Version, it says, "Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and healthy to the body." Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. We know that our words are powerful. We understand that we understand that with what we say can build someone up or tear them down. And that's what we like to do. We like to tear people down. We don't build people up. We like to talk about them, kick them when they down, keep our foot on their back and our hands around their necks. We just like to kick them and keep them down when they're down. We get excited when we hear something about people. I say we because I'm in that boat sometimes. And then I have to stop and I have to think about it. And I have to ask God to forgive me because nobody likes to be talked about. Nobody likes to be kicked while they're down. However, nobody likes it. However, it happens. It still happens, regardless of how that person feel, what that person is going through at that time. We love to persecute people. We get excited when we see other things happening when things are happening to other people, regardless of what we got going on in our world. Regardless of our house is all topsy turvy turn. Our house is like a pineapple upside down cake. Our house looked like a jigsaw puzzle. Our world is all discombobulated. Long as nobody's not talking about it, and long as nobody don't know about it, we are good. But the moment we find out that somebody else's house is all discombobulated and all turned upside down, that their house is like a jigsaw puzzle, like an upside down cake, we get excited about that. And we love that kind of stuff. My granddaughter graduated Saturday from high school in Vegas with, ooh, girl, Vegas. Oh, yes, 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 with a full scholarships. That is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. And it's so good. My granddaughter, and it is so, you are so, it's so fortunate when when where I go to church. My church is a small growing church, but in that church there are a lot of professionals. There's a I have uh, a person who's general manager of she's district in this district. She's the district manager at Home Depot. I always get those stores, Home Depot and Lowe's, mixed up. So it's one of those stores. I can never remember which store it is that she's district manager for. And she tell you her story. She said, I dropped out of high school, got pregnant, thought I was grown, dropped out of high school, had to do something, and got pregnant. But then God is so good and so merciful. Started going to church and then decided I need to go back to school because McDonald's, they good and stuff like that, and they will help take care of family. However, she said, I just had to go back to school. She went back to school and got her diploma, and now this girl is district manager. She is district manager of the Home Depots or Lowe's that's in this area, in this district, whatever her district is. And that's over how many stores and stuff. And then there's this young lady who was start working for Publix when she was 16 years old. Now she has a 16 or 17-year-old. She's been working for Publix for that long, and whenever someone needs a job, whenever someone's child needs a job, these ladies are always helping. And then there's this my friend. She's I think she's a lieutenant or in the lieutenant in the police department. And when you need these people are there for you. And we got deltas. uh, um, my friend, she's a delta. The principal, he's a omega. He's a Q. And scholarships, oh my gosh, getting scholarships. She said, tell Jordan the moment she get that paper saying that she's a senior in high school, tell her to call me so we can start setting up how she could get to get scholarships and everything that she needs. So I got people helping me um, to help my granddaughter with the scholarships. And the church that she attends is much larger, so they give out scholarships as well. So it's just good to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. um, and that's very helpful when your children have like a full scholarship. Just as long as they maintain whatever average they need to maintain to stay in school. And you should be so proud, Miss Linda, because she's not even mine, and I'm proud of her. Getting that full scholarship, because that took some work for your granddaughter to do that, and she was focused, and she did what she needed to do. And I'm proud of her, and I know you are proud of her as well. And as I was talking about, like we're talking about reverse gossip this morning, and how we enjoy hearing things about people. That's I I've been staying out the YouTube streets a lot. I go on YouTube sometime. I like to hear about Prince Harry and Meghan, that kind of stuff, and it makes me wonder about people, because you hear on some channels there's some good stuff about Prince Harry and Meghan, and then you I listen to something on the big British side, and some of people in America, they can't really give you a reason why they don't really like Meghan, other than, oh, she made Harry leave London. Harry is a grown man, and this man had decided the first chance he get, where he said open it, he out. So Meghan sort of came, I feel like Meghan sort of came and rescued him, kind of saved him from his family, from the British, some of the British people. And I've been watching a lot of African movies from Nigeria and Lagos and stuff like that. And I am more and more, I realize more and more that I could never date African, or not even marry African, especially not one from Nigeria, because these people culture is so different from ours. Is so different from ours. It's like they enslave their own people, and they're harsh, to the lower class blacks. They are so harsh to them, and they are so flamboyant, with their money, with their riches, and they like to, I don't think here in America we talk about the people from the hood, because everybody has a hood. I don't care where your hood is, in the rich part of town or in the dirtiest part of town. Everybody has a hood. That's something I had to try to teach my granddaughter, that everybody lives in a hood. There's a difference between being hood and being straight ghetto, living in the ghetto. Because some people seem like it's no hope, but I've seen some great people come out the hood. I've seen some great people come out the ghetto to uh, to walk in their purpose, and they were predestined to be born into that, and then they just go to school, do what they need to do, and they get out of that situation. So for me, it don't matter where you were born and who you were born to. It's the purpose that you have with your life. And gossip, from celebrity gossip to telling our friends about experience we had with someone, we talk about others all the time. These conversations tend to be negative. What if we decide to be radical, set apart with our words and conversations? What if we began a movement to reverse gossip by spreading words of the greatness in people instead? What if we spend our time dreaming about how we could help others instead of berating our berating ourselves? Our hearts and our life would reflect Jesus much clearer if we would simply change the way we speak about others. You know, I said I was just going to go along to get up in the algorithm, which is a joke, because I'm not going to do that. I can sit and I could talk about everybody on YouTube that's doing YouTube. Good morning, Lady B. I can talk to. I can get up in the mornings and I can talk. Not in the mornings. Well, who wants to hear that mess about how Miss Buddy can't sing and um, how she's a bitter woman and how she just keep messing with this man? And then I could talk about how dumb Martell lives. I could talk about how stupid Ariane is. I could say some horrible things about everybody on every show that I watch. However, what does that profit me? When I finish talking about them, how do I feel? I have seen and I am seeing, and that was one reason I kind of shied away from different channels. Um, because I heard the excitement in people's voices when something awful happened to other people, and just to hear the words that was coming out of my mouth too. And then it was one night I was sitting out in my car, and I had the radio on, and I was just listening to some music, and I was looking, and it was late, and I was looking and had my sunroof open, and the stars was out, and I was thinking, I said, Lord, just got off of YouTube listening. I don't know, I'm not going to call the name of the channel that I was on. And man, we were going in on Marceau and Maurice and Martell and Tisha and Kimmy. We were going in. And I was just sitting out there knowing Sunday morning, later that morning, I would have to get up and go to church. And I'm going to be praising God and thanking God and hallelujah and tears coming out my eyes and just shouting praises of joy to God and just to toe down one of God's people, one of God's people. Because God said, I make the sun go up on the just as well as the unjust. It rains on the just and it rains on the unjust. So I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, wow, how bad I talked about these people, and I don't even know these people. And what pleasure I got. And it made me feel so good because I was joining along with other people, tearing down other people. And as I continued to do that, I began to look at myself. I'm no better than nobody else. And when push come to shove, I'm going to be talked about just the way that they are talking about. My life is not on display, but being out on social media, being on all these platforms, going to different channels, I began to, I guess, get some people that knew me and followed me and stuff like that, and listen to what I had to say. And the moment I said something that the moment I said something that was contrary to what other people said, the moment I start thinking differently, the moment I start thinking for myself, and the moment that I start saying, you know what, this ain't right, this don't feel good no more. And people want to say, oh, ever since she met Anthony, she like this and she doing this and she too old for this. And I heard the word, I had to go back and listen for myself. And the lady did say crackhead, but someone on her panel said all crackhead. And then I'm saying, God damn. So then I was saying, well, you know what? In reality, I was, smoking crack. And in reality, I am, an older lady. And, I do have sense, and right now, there was only two men getting my money at one time, but since they grown and got their own children, every now and then when they ask me for something, those two men I would give money. Those the two men that I birthed in the world. I was paying to go back on Patreon, and nobody was saying I was giving these women my money. But as soon as I, it was just something about Anthony. It really wasn't what Anthony was talking about, because he was talking about what everybody else was talking about. It was those outside conversations that we were having, those conversations that we have every morning, the conversations sometimes throughout the day when something exciting happened to him, to me, or whoever is in our morning chat. So I formed a relationship with him. I never formed a relationship with any of the other content creators. And I was on a page one night and I saw how this content creator was going hard. I mean, she was really going hard for someone. And I'm on the channel, and not one time did this lady say, "Oh yeah, we got Marita, she's here. We're gonna do this and we're gonna help her do this." Never said anything like that towards me, but just went hard for someone else. And I didn't feel, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel some type of way about it, but I kept it cute and I kept it moving. And I said, this is not the place for me to be. And I prayed and I asked God. I already know this is not the place that God want me to be. So hey, why not just, hey, I'm invisible. I'm only here to do what it is that you need me to do. And that's okay. You didn't see no good in me, so I don't be around nobody don't see some good in me. I'm going to always keep it real with myself, and I'm going to always keep it cute with myself. So I said, you know what, that I can walk away from. And I began to walk away. And the more I stayed away, the more I was glad that I stayed away. And then, I began to hear some things. Sometimes I would just go and listen at what they were saying, and I would see Anthony's name and I would see my name. And, it kind of hurted my feelings. And I was saying, well, damn. But then I had to think back. You have talked about people, now you being talked about. How does that feel? And it didn't feel good, because none of these people knew me. They only knew me by the conversations that I was having. And that was okay. That was fine. And then, I had a sit down with my daughter, and I was telling my daughter about, like what's going on and stuff like that. And so my daughter said, Mom, them just people who don't even know you. They don't really know you, like know you. These people that you talk to through the phone, you don't have no real conversation with these people. You and these people ain't never went out to eat. Y'all ain't never went shopping. Y'all, as much as you love perfume and shoes and underwear, you ain't never been shopping with none of these people to do none of that. So what does it matter what they think about you? Yeah, the drugs. Yeah, you got an attitude. Yeah, all of that. I can vouch for that. But all that other stuff that people be saying, Ma, you talk about people, because I sit here and I hear you talk about people, so you can't get worried or upset or feel any type of way about that. So I said, you know what, that's, it's not something that I don't know. It's just like, damn, to see it and to hear it for myself, like hear people talking about you, be like in the bushes, on the wires, in the trees, just down by your window listening in and stuff like that. And that's how I used to be. Then I say, now, if I don't want to hear this negative shit about me, about anybody else, then I don't have to be lurking in the bushes, in the trees, peeping in your window, hearing you saying stuff not only about me, but about other people as well, because of an opinion. And I said, you know what? If I honestly believe, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I honestly believe if I get low down and dirty and be like other people and talk mess and be called, no, I'm not calling nobody job. I'm not going to try to jeopardize nobody's job by calling and saying, well, do you know this person have a YouTube channel, and this is the way that they actually really feel about the people that's working on the job with them, or working, they're in a supervisor position, and this is what they actually feel about the people that's working under them. I'm not gonna take the time out of my day and spend whatever look because I'm a diva on a budget and I ain't got that kind of time and I ain't got that kind of money to be sending off to find no police reports about nobody. I ain't trying to find out who your baby daddy is. I ain't trying to find out when your mama got pregnant with you, who your daddy is. I ain't trying to find out why your dad ain't never wanted to be in your life. I ain't got time for that kind of stuff. I don't want to know why your daddy wanted your mama to get rid of you and didn't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't care because I see too much of that going on in real life. How women struggling to take care. I saw it personally. I saw it personally. My granddaughter, her father got killed when she was 3. The day my granddaughter turned 3 months old, her father passed away when she was 3 months old. Her father has been dead as long as she has been alive. So she's 17. He been dead for 17 years. The grandparents, the grandmother, talked about my daughter like a dog, disrespected my granddaughter. Say she wasn't his. Oh, I don't know if he's his or not. My daughter pleaded with this woman for a whole year. Just take a blood test. Just take a blood test. And we could nip this in the bud. I know what the answer is. What are you afraid of? You don't want to know what the answer is. And I had to see my daughter from my daughter when she got out the hospital with her daughter, trying to figure out, Mama, what am I going to do? How am I going to raise this child? What am I going to do? I seen how women struggle, single women, young women struggle, not knowing what to do, didn't know how to do it. But thank God for grace and mercy that I was able to step in and help do what needed to be done. And the first 3 months of her life, the dad, was trying the best that he could, but being the person that he was, it didn't, and my daughter wasn't giving him no slack. So the mom, come to find out girls got babies all over everywhere. And I don't know who baby. I don't know if them his children or not. I don't give a damn what you don't know, but I know what I know. And, that kind of stuff. So I started looking at that stuff and just not knowing actually really what all my daughter was going through, but just to see her going through, and especially after that man got killed, to see how my daughter just said, Mama, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? To see her. So you know what? Go to the mall, get a job not paying enough, but the people that she's working for loved her, respected her enough to say, you know what, V, this is not for you. Here, take this number and go speak to this person. And Lord behold, it's a lady that's at the Votech. She's over the nursing department. And she have a conversation with this lady. And the lady like her. She take the test. V, you pass, so you could go into the RN class with the test score that you have. But she said, no, I just want to start out being a CNA. And now eventually my daughter is a LPN, getting ready to go from LPN to RN. So I know the struggle. I seen the struggle. And sometimes the struggle is good because it makes you who you are, and it makes the children, when your children, I don't want my children to see, I wanted mine to see me struggle. I wanted mine to see me struggle because life is life the hell out you sometimes. And you can't let the outside voices bother you about what it is that you're trying to do, what it is you want to do. You have to be focused on what you're doing. Focus on what you want. What's your goals? What's your 5-year plan? Everybody should have a 5-year plan. And after that first year, you should be able to mark off some of, you should be have done some of the things that you wanted to do in 5 years. And when you see that list getting shorter and shorter, 5 more years and 5 more years, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. However, I found myself, I was one of those people. I'm working at Publix, COVID going on. So I'm really into this YouTube thing now. I'm really into this YouTube thing now. And I'm waking up in the morning, getting on, listen, what happened? What happened last night? What happened while I was asleep? And then it was a lot of content creators was out there, but a lot of them has dropped by the wayside, and some not even in the algorithm anymore. And some of these people that is talking about other people have issues of their own, that have issues of their own, and they just paint a beautiful picture of their life that people just go, oh, and they will lay down their coat over a puddle so they can walk on their coat, so their shoes don't get messed up, so their feet don't get wet. That's what they'll do for other people. And they'll sit and they will talk about other people, not knowing that people know some of the stuff that's going on in your life, in their life. That's why my life is like an open book. I tell people what I want them to know, and that what I don't want people to know, they will never know it because it will not come out of my lips. I tell people, I done been to jail, I done been to prison, I done stole from people, I done stole from family, I done robbed people, I done sought up where I was plotting to really hurt somebody. But thank God for grace and mercy, because I could still be in prison right now with the plan that I had in my head, the thoughts that I was having. So, I've seen people get shot. I've seen people get unalive, didn't have no part in it, but seen it. I done sold drugs. And like I tell people, I done took drugs and stories. Oh man, I got the stories to tell it and can make some t-shirts for people to wear. But when you start knowing better, you start doing better. Hopefully that's what happened. That's what happened. And that's what happened with me. Going to prison life is, with the little bit of time I had, I knew that I was never going to go back. I wasn't even going to go and visit anybody in prison. I write you. I ain't sending you no money, but if you need to be encouraged, I'm going to write you. And every now and then, I accept a call from you. Because prison is a choice. You choose to go to prison. And I choose not to be there. I was there and I saw it and did not like it. Did not like it, none whatsoever. Was in jail. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. I think I hated jail more than I hated prison. Because with prison, at the end of a work day, I can go out and walk the yards, kick it with other people, go play some volleyball, go, read some, lay on my bunk and read books all day. And that's what I did. Made a couple of people that, was cool. I ain't gonna say we were friends, but they made the time go by. They looked out for me, I looked out for them. That kind of stuff. So I have done it. I've seen it done. And sometimes I talk about it and sometimes I cry about it, because that was something that did not have to be. That was something that did not have to be, but it was. That was my life. And I'm not ashamed of it, because it had purpose and it has helped other people. But when I was just listening to myself sometimes, being here and be on YouTube late at night on Patreon, going behind Patreon, be high as a Georgia pine, smoking and drinking, and then get up Sunday morning like I ain't said nothing, praising God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Say it again, Pastor. Sing that song, Tracy. Oh, doing all that kind of stuff in church on Sunday, and just got a hangover in church. Can't hardly keep my eyes open, and just talking about people, just tearing people down, just don't even know these people. Oh, he's a low down, no good bum. He's a bum ass ninja. Oh, she just dumb and she just stupid. She need to leave that man. Oh, he just did her so bad. Oh, why is he doing her like that? Oh, she's just a sweet person and she don't do nothing. She don't lie. She's just lying on her own. And then I began to make myself sick, listening to me, not listening to what others were saying, listening to me. And then when I started listening to me and cut down on the drinking and really stop smoking and just change one thing for another, have an edible. And I said, you know what? This not me. This not me at all. Just giving my opinion. Never thought giving my opinion would be so and then it's almost like being persecuted for even having an opinion. Like your opinion cool, your opinion right. However, just think outside the box. Just be an independent thinker. Dare I say be a critical thinker? Do I say think for myself? Just deciding to be one of those, and to hear people say, I used to like you. But how did she put it? I used to I would hear you on other channels and I loved you in this other content, this other lady who just started out. I'm not calling her name, who started out. I liked you, I loved you both. Now I only love her because you over there with Anthony and you know what Anthony is saying is wrong and you just going along with what Anthony say. And so I'm saying, oh my God. Then and then I thought about it. I said to myself, all these people who was coming down on me about my opinion and my association with Anthony. And then I'm listening and I'm taking in everything they're saying. And then I'm thinking about what they're saying. Then I'm saying, okay, everybody has an opinion on this. And I asked myself, I said, Marita, what's your opinion on this? I said, it wasn't a problem when I was on the other channels, listening at other people, other content creators' opinion, going along with what they were saying, thumbs in it up and say, yeah, girl, that's right. I know that's right. Say it again. I even go on the panel and say what I have to say. And people say, well, I was just waiting to see what you would have to say about it, because you was going to be fair. If I was fair then, why can't I be fair now, thinking on my own, independently thinking, critically thinking on my own, and just having my own thoughts and my own opinions about something, about the situation. I don't see it the same way you see it. I'm looking at it through my eyes. I'm not looking at it through someone else's eyes. I'm looking at it through my eyes. I see the same show you see, but I'm seeing something totally opposite of what you're seeing. And sometimes I see the same thing you're seeing, but my opinion of it and my thoughts of it is so different from your opinion and your thoughts on it. And that began to be a problem for someone. Oh, you used to be for male, but now you're not for male. But then, okay, I know you see what I'm seeing. I know you see that this woman is throwing rocks and hiding her hand. I know you see that she is sort of passive aggressive a little bit. I see, and I know you see her nice nastiness. I know you see these things, but these are the things that you don't want to talk about. I had empathy for the situation that she was going through at the moment that she was going through. I had empathy for that. But at some point I got over it. I didn't go through it, but I got over it. And then, my thing then and before that was, when you're in a situation and it's not working out for you, get the hell out of it and then get over it. That's how I have always been. That's how I am now. And I'm not too old to change, but the wording will always be the same. Get over it. If it's not working out, leave. Don't keep talking and whining and crying about it. Leave. Oh, it's not that easy for someone to get up and leave. How? Why not? Oh, well, don't give me the whales and the buts and the if. Do it. Leave. Because at some point, when I'm talking to someone and they're in a situation that they don't like to be in, I'm going to have empathy for them, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to listen. But then after a couple of months, and then the months roll into a year, and at some point, baby, you know what, it's time for you to go, because my patience has ran thin with this, and I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't even want to hear about it anymore. You do whatever it is that you need to do what you got to do, and keep it moving. And then, you know what, when you do it, get over it. Don't sit there thinking about it. Don't sit there dwelling on it. If I had did this would have happened. If I hadn't did this wouldn't have happened. Okay, this, coulda, woulda, shoulda don't matter in the afterlife. It don't matter. It don't matter. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start being like that too. I'm gonna start tearing people down, because I'm good at that. I was real good at that when I was out there in the street. I could tear a person down. I could make a person feel low as dirt. You know, I can make them feel like, they was dropping into the abyss, the bottomless pit. When is this going to end? Because I knew my mouth was a lethal weapon. My mouth is still a lethal weapon if I choose for it to be that way. I ain't got to curse you out, but I can say some words that'll make you feel like you have been cursed out. And so I say, you know what? To get back up, to get in that algorithm, to stop losing subscribers, you know what? I'm gonna start kissing ass, and I'm gonna do like this one these two content creators. They talk so bad about this person. Oh, they talked about this person so bad, but now they can eat, lick, do all kind of stuff to get back in the favor of the people. I said, you know what? I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna see how it's gonna work out for me. Then had a conversation with Self. I said, Self, what you think about it? Self said, no, ma'am, that's not what we do. We ain't never did it, and we ain't gonna do it. So I said, but yeah, to get up there in the algorithm again, to get up there in the algorithm and have people come to my channel and like my channel. I'm gonna talk about what they want to hear about. Nobody want to hear about joy and happiness and peace and understanding and enlightenment, encouragement, love, pride, being discouraged. Nobody want to hear about that, because people like to hear about what's going on in other. People like to hear the negative part of what's going on in other people's life. People don't like to hear, like the good stuff that's going on. People only want to hear the negative. They only want to lift up so they can tear others down. They don't want to hear about how you just one of your people sent you a box with all kind of, with Seventh Avenue, with Canvas Beauty, with Kaleidoscope, with all different what all kinds of stuff from what is it, Eve, Mila Eve, and I think that's from a Monique collection or something like that. Mila Eve, I think that's from Monique. I'm not pretty. Yeah, she's into the essential oils and stuff like that. So it's Monique from what it used to be Housewives of Potomac. So yeah, sent me a box with all kind of stuff in it. You know, I can lift up people. I can, and I know I can tear people down. But I rather be a lifter up of my people because the world beats up on my people enough. So I don't have to go and do that with my mouth because we can. The Bible tells us that for the tongue to be so small, it is so powerful that it can start wars. It can start rumors of wars. It can set a forest is worse than a match. It can set a forest of flame, just burn a whole forest up. The tongue is a powerful little weapon. We could tame everything, birds, bees. We could mix up seeds and have flowers growing, get pink, orange, yellow, red roses. You know, we could speak things. Our tongue is so powerful. This little thing, this little pink thing in our mouth is so powerful. And if we could use our tongue to tear down, why can't we use our tongue to build up as well? Why can't we have reverse gossip? Yeah, we all, and I put myself in when I say we, yeah, we all like to hear juicy gossip from time to time. And it had got so bad. I said, I said, I gotta, for a while, I'm just gonna be off of YouTube. I saw my blood pressure go up real bad. I saw how I was not studying anymore. I saw all of that was like falling to the wayside because from the time I get up in the morning, just all through the day, just trying to see what's going from one channel to the next channel to the next channel, and not understanding some of these content creators have some real serious issues going on in their life too. And sometimes people need to understand when you think people don't know something about you because they just haven't said it, the way that you talk about others, it's the same way that you're being talked about as well. And nobody's going on Patreon or going behind the wall and trying to listen at that. The way other people dig into other people's businesses. A lot of people don't know. I know where you work. I know what your real name. I know what some people's real names are. I know some situations that's going on in some content creators' lives right now that none of their subscribers know anything about. It's not my business. I know it. And I try to say, well, Lord, we all going through something, but they paint this picture and they tell you these stories. They give you this fantasy that they live in, this fantasy world that they live in when you think you are friends with someone and only later you're going to find out how you're being used by that person. It's and I stopped listening to these people because I know at some point I get fed up listening at things. When I get fed up listening, I have the option to unsubscribe and whenever it comes up on my channel to say I'm not interested or I just don't recommend the channel. And if I wanted to hear something from that person, I go search it and their name come back up. But I don't search anybody's name anymore, so it don't make no difference about what's going on or what's being said. And then the things that I have heard where other people that's large weight, I'm not even big, I'm not even in the algorithm on YouTube anymore. But there are some people that are, and I'm saying people got hundreds of thousands, damn near a million people listening to them, and having conversations with these people, and they're, oh my God, I didn't know that, for real, really, and they talking about, did, really, oh my word, no, yes, and hearing these people say, if they say one more thing, if they say one more thing, the house that they living in, I'm gonna tear it down. I'm gonna throw a rock and the glass is gonna shatter. And I be saying, oh no, don't do that. Don't let them say one more thing. Let me hear them say one more thing. Let me hear them say one more thing. And so sometimes people who are gossiping don't know that they are being gossiped about also. And if we can do better, is listening to these YouTube channels. It's okay. It's okay, but have your own opinion, have your own thoughts. Don't go along to get along, and then just sit in that when you know somebody is wrong and somebody is saying something wrong. Even the content creator or the people on the panel. Don't just sit there and just go along with that when you have your own opinion, and don't be afraid to stand firm in your own opinion. It's your opinion. Opinions are just like assholes. Everybody got one. Everybody got one. So why not just have your own opinion? And I'm not saying stop gossiping. That's a choice that you will have to make. I'm not saying stop gossiping, but limit your gossiping. How about reversing it and lifting that person up? Oh yeah, the gossip is going to be big now because you know who just got out of jail. Um, so that's a big thing now. Maurice just got out of jail. Maurice went to jail. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna leave you with this. There is something else brewing that will knock your socks off. And a lot of people are gonna be, I don't know if the scales are going to be moved off their eyes. There's going to be a lot of broken hearted, dissolute people that are so enamored. The light is going to go out. The the light is dimming now, and a lot of people don't see it. The lights are getting ready to go out. Now, I don't know. This just what I ain't the one to gossip, but I sure will listen to it. But anyway, that's just me this morning. That was in my reading this morning. And if you want to read a little bit more, go in Proverbs. And Proverbs will tell you about people who gossip. Proverbs is a book that'll tell you about you. It'll tell you about you. And then when you read Proverbs, I would say, "Ooh, this sounds just like," but then I had to stop picking out what it sounded like with other people and what it sounded like with me, because I'm all that matters. And when it's time for me to as people say, meet my maker, I'm not going to get questioned about what happened to them other people. I'm going to be questioned about me. Okay, Maritha, why you did this? Well, see, this what happened was I ain't gonna have time to explain nothing. I'm not gonna be able to explain nothing. So now this is the dressing up room right here, right down here. So I gotta get it right down here. So I'm starting today again, over. I'm starting today. Today is a new day. Um, so what all I didn't do yesterday, Lord's willing, I'll be able to do it today. And the thoughts that I had yesterday don't even matter because that was yesterday. I'm in today and I'm going to live today like this is the last day of my life because I don't know. It just might be. So in the meantime, in between time, if you see me somewhere in these streets and you holler at me, I holler right back at you. So I'm going to say peace out, deuces. Be blessed and be a blessing. Be encouraged and be an encourager. And if you can, limit your gossiping today. If you find yourself gossiping about someone, just say, hold up for a minute. Just hold up 1 minute. I'll be right back. And then, just take a mental break and then just come back and see if you don't see things a little different. So I'm going to say, I've been on here an hour now. So I'm going to say it again. Deuces. And I love it. Y'all have the best day ever. Bye.